Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. And today I'm using the Happy Hibiscus hybrid bundle. So you get this stamp set, and I love the fonts. So congratulations, you make me smile. Thanks for being so kind. A background stamp, and then the actual outline of the flowers, outline of the leaves, and then the inside. The hybrid embossing folder, what it means is absolutely gorgeous amount of depth, and it's one die, which is 1, 2, 3, and it's one stamp, and they go, I've got to get it the right way around there. So you put your paper underneath, put it through your die cutting machine, and it will emboss and cut. So you'll see the effects that I get, but it's just gorgeous. And you've also got a maple leaf, which I haven't actually used today. Nice little circle. And then this label, which I have used. So hopefully I've got everything ready to show you. It is beautiful. I've really enjoyed playing with it. And also this month's card club is going to be using this bundle because I love it so much. So watch out for that. So two things to say. If you spend £25 in my online store by close of business on Tuesday, you will get a kit to make the 3 cards for free. Everything except stamped images, which I can't send you due to Stampin' Up regulations. But I will die cut and emboss the hibiscus for you. And then you just have to use some ink over it if you've got some daubers or whatever. Or alternatively, you could get the bundle. So it's 63 full price, and then you get 10% off when you buy it as a bundle. The second thing to say is that today and tomorrow, 2nd and 3rd of May, to celebrate National Scrapbooking Day, which is tomorrow, Stampin' Up are giving double the rewards on everything you spend. So if you spend your £25 today, because you have to spend £20 to earn the rewards, you'll get my kit and you'll get 20% of rewards rather than 10%. So just wanted to share that with you. Right, so this is card number 1, and it's quite straightforward. The designer series paper that I'm using is the Country Woods paper, and I've used Strawberry Slush for the outline, which is one of our new in colours. I've got a piece of cardstock here, so that's it, Strawberry Slush. And inside I've used Bubble Bath. Okay, so hopefully I've got everything ready. Famous last words. So there's my, I haven't embossed this, I've just stamped and die cut it. The next one, there is one where I have, let me just show you. So this is one that I'm doing for Card Club. So I stamped it, then I put it in the embossing folder with the die over it, and it's got a 3D, lots of texture to it, if you can see that. So just stunning. Right, so here I have got, you'll also, if you get the kit, you'll get a full tutorial with pictures and measurements and instructions. Okay, so this one is thick basic white, and it's a half of A4. So it's 21 by 14.8, scored in half at 10.5. Then I've got another piece of just basic white card, and that is 9.5 by 13.8, so a centimetre smaller. And I just need to stamp my sentiment, and I'm just going to do, so it says thanks for being so kind, but I actually just wanted the thanks. So the way I did that, and I think I did that in grey granite, is I just took the Stampin' White marker and went over the thanks. I'll try that on my grid paper first. So if it doesn't work, I'll take the ink pad. No, that's okay. It's just it's difficult to see it because it's such a light colour. And I'm stamping that near the bottom. go. So that's a good tip if you just want to use part of a stamp set rather than the whole thing. Use the right marker. And the new ones, which came out, I think it's 2 years ago now, you can use them on photopolymer. The old ones, it was a bit tricky, but this is brilliant. So I've got my sentiment. Then I've got my leaves, which I've cut, and these are this one. So I haven't had to stamp it. These ones are for stamped ones, but this one is just cuts it straight out. And they're in Granny Apple Green. And that is Strawberry Slush on the outside and Bubble Bath on the inside. And then, as I said, I've got Country Woods Designer Series paper. And that is 7.5 by 7.5. And that is 8 by 8. So I'm just going to pop that on there with some seal. Oh, gosh, it's warm. I know we shouldn't be moaning, but I've even got my Dyson blowing air on the back of me, but it's... Whew. Okay. So we want to be able to see the grey granite. Have a little frame. There we go. And it's going to go on flat. Now what I need is my gold twine. I'm having a bit of a problem with my gold twine. I seem to have lots of ends. So I'm quite glad when I finish this one. It's a mess. Right. I'm just going to cut that and take, sorry, it just knocked the camera, and it'll just have to go around however many times that goes around, because as I said, and you can see, it's a mess. So I'm just going to wrap that round, and I want to leave enough to tie a bow. Yeah, it's just going to go around twice. I went around 3 times before, but that's okay. Now, tying bows on camera with my carpal tunnel are proving really, really tricky. So I might just tie a knot. I think I'm going to do that. I'm seeing the consultant in 13 days. I am literally counting the days. And I know I need surgery, but I've got to wait. I have to see the consultant before I can get put on the wait list. So there we go. So I'm just going to tie that in a knot. If you can hear bleeping, it's the bin men. So sorry about that. Okay, and then that, let's just spread that a bit. I'll use wet glue for this, I think, because it's going to have a bit of a raise because of the twine. That's the right way. And then that's going to go in the top half of the basic white piece of card. Now I'm just going to take my bone folder and just give it a bit of now. I did have my dimensionals handy, nearly finished them. So then pop that over the twine, and then I'm just gonna, what I'll do is I'm going to take a dimensional, pop that over there, and then tuck it under. There we go. And the same for that one. Okay, so now I need my thick basic white card base, and I'll use wet glue, I think. So beautiful. So as you can see from me wearing blue is one of my favourite colours. I wear it a lot. And I was just thinking, there's no blue. Aha! Wait till the next card, and then we have blue. Okay, and then I've got the dragonflies and birds, so we'll just pop 3 of those on. Like swallows swooping. One of those on the leaf. And another one on the leaf. Right, so there you go, that's card 1. So really pretty quick and simple. The thing that took the longest was cutting out. Stamping didn't take long. Is standing and doing the die cutting. That's what takes the longest. So card 1. Moving on, card 2. I told you there was some blue coming, but also some pink. Okay, and the same designer series paper, Country Woods, and this is using the basic beige insert. And so again, it's half A4 cut the other way, so it's 29.6 scored in half at 14.8 by 10.5. So I've got a piece of basic white, which is 13.8 by 9.5. So that means just we get to see some of the basic beige around the edge. And then this should be 9 by 13.3. And that's just going to lay flat onto my basic beige. Okay. And then we'll pop that onto the basic beige. And this time I've used Petunia Pop as the outline, and Bubble Bath as the inside, but it looks very different. I think even the shade of the Bubble Bath looks different against the Petunia Pop than against this Strawberry Slush, so it's quite interesting. I've only got 2 leaves this time. I thought it was a bit over the top before I did last time. And you know what I haven't got? I haven't got a label, but I have a white one, so we'll just do that. So I'm going to, and again, these ones aren't embossed. I'm just in the middle and then the outsides coming up, curling up a bit, just to give it some 3D effect. and that one can stay flat. Okay, so dimensionals. That one can go on first. And that one can go on flat. And then that one can have a couple. So, and then I'm just going to pop the leaves. A couple of them coming out there. And one coming out there. Like that. And then I'm going to stamp thanks again. Never have too many thank you cards. And this time I'm going to do it in Misty Moonlight. So again, I've taken my Stampin' Right marker. A bit easier to see the blue. I just managed to write on the front. Ink all over the place. Have to wait till I wash my hair. Right, so that can go sticking out there. It's a bit long actually, I might just trim that. I know it's got the edging, but it's just, it doesn't look right, it's too long. Dimensionals. And it's going to overlap the largest hibiscus. Tuck it under there like that. I'm going to need one under there, I think. And last but not least, we'll have some of the birdies. Let's have a dragonfly this time. Okay, there you have card 2. Because it's basic beige, you could write on there, but I will probably put an insert in there. Oh, I've missed my bow. Right, let's see if I can tie a bow. And then I'll cut it off. Right, that's all frayed. I actually can't wait to finish that. It just drives me mad. Right, and then I'm going to just tuck that under there with a glue dot. I'm going to roll the glue dot up. Pop my bow on it. And pop it under there. Okay, there's card 2. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. I really, really do love them. That just needs to sit down a bit, which it will do. Okay, so moving on. A bit more blue, kind of bluey green. Oh, it's just beautiful, this. Pool Party. So here I have embossed the Pool Party cardstock. You can see that. Okay, and then I have stamped the outline on that one and die cut. And this one I just stamped the inside, and that is Coastal Cabana. It's a bit darker than I would have liked, but I'm going to go with it. So again, it's a half an A4 back to the portrait size, so it's 21 by 14.8, scored in half at 10.5. Then my piece of crumb cake, just for matting and layering, is 10 by 14.3. And then my embossed layer is 9.5 by 13.8. So I'm just going to mat and layer that. Now I'm going to use wet glue because it's embossed. That's the debossed side. So I'm going to use wet glue to make sure I get a good it's stuck down properly. All the raised bits. Hopefully that'll be enough. And then put that onto my card base. I lost one of my crumb cake leaves, and I just did another one to get ready, and I think I just found the original. Oh well. I want to make sure I get it the right way up, which is the stem of the flower. Love this colour combination. That's one that's just appeared, so I've got 3 now. Okay, well I don't need 3. And then I've cut out the circle, and I'm going to stamp on that, and I'm going to stamp the whole sentiment in Early Espresso to match the leaves. It might need a re-inking. Didn't come out very clearly last time. That's a bit better. Yeah, it's dry up that corner. I need to re-ink that. Lovely. Yeah, that's much better. You can see on this one, it's sort of faded out on the end of the word. Right. So again, I've got a circle in Country Woods Designer Series paper. And I'm going to just pop that on. Whoa! It's alive. Pop that on flat. And I'm going to keep that that one visible. And so this is one that's been embossed. You see the depth to it. Dimensionals, where have they gone? Nearly out. And probably should use wet glue for this, but put a bit of seal on there. And then that needs dimensionals as well. Make sure it's the right way up. Thanks for being so kind. Oh, now I've got the dreaded twine again. Just try and do a bow with this bit. Actually, I think I did a loop last time, but I'll do a bow and stick it under with a glue dot. Deep breath. That really and truly is a mess. I don't know how it got like that. Right, glue dot. Get it under there. There we go. Let's get these out of the way. Okay, so there's card 3. I think I might actually prefer it with just the outline rather than the inside. So card 3, card 2, and card 1, and a spare leaf. So thanks very much for watching today. Don't forget, if you sign up for my mailing list, went completely blank then, sign up for my mailing list, you'll get this tutorial for free on a Sunday. If you spend £25 in my online store by midnight on Tuesday, you'll get everything cut for you to make the 3 cards, and I will die cut and emboss, but no stamped images. And if you spend £20 today or tomorrow, more than £20 today or tomorrow, you'll get 20% in rewards rather than just the 10. So lots going on, and very, very exciting. Next Tuesday our new annual catalogue goes live, so next week I'll be using some new products. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.